You guys are going that way?
Just to get around this log.
Huh. So this trail is nuts. The screen is on the front. I can see what I'm filming, dude.
Yeah.
I've never once been able to see what I was filming. Yeah, Bernie, lost loot, buddy. Woo, 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 woo. Call this sparrow barrel. Ow, ow, ow.
Don't die this time. Don't die.
We aren't gonna die. This is Colorado Ken. We are up here again. Gonna come up here and do this lost loop. We're gonna show you exactly how this thing goes. Because we got lost on it last time and we had kind of an epic adventure. So this is a redemption trip for us. We plan on doing it clean. We're gonna show you all of it. Woo, get up, get out. Okay, we found this split in the trail. This is our first split and we are headed up. Where are we headed up right now? Roaring Gulch?
No, the South Fork. This is, yeah, so I think it's Roaring Gulch. This is the South Fork, so we'll be coming out off of that trail.
So this is Roaring Gulch. This is South Fork Trail.
Wait, you can't tell by the sign?
The sign is on the ground. This is the post, and there's a number on it.
724.
All right, gentlemen, you ready to not get lost?
No.
On Lost Loop?
The third day's the problem, yeah. Today should be fine.
I'm worried about every day. We'll be good. No, we got good GPSs this time. We're all dialed in. This loop should be a breeze. And I've heard of other people getting lost on this as well. So we aren't the only people. And we're gonna go and try to find where we went wrong last time to rectify the situation. This is the South San Juans. Here we are on this beautiful trail. Man, I thought I saw an animal over there already.
Probably.
And this is what we're looking at. The meadow. Okay, here we are. We're up in it now. We are done the split, I think, to what is that split called?
So the split was between South Fork and it's now Verde Canyon is what we're heading up.
That's right, and there's a beautiful little river right there that we stopped and got water, but now we are starting to get into a lot of deadfall, and this is what we have to contend with here. I mean, look at, this is our trail coming right through here, yeah, pretty much. And we're probably gonna have a lot of deadfall here. Oh man, there's big trees all the way down. So we were all just started up and crawled over this tree up here on the trail and stepped right into a plant that started stinging me right off the bat. I think it was like these plants right here with all these spiky deals on them. So we're swapping out shorts to pants, or everybody else is rocking the pants. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And me, I'm just doing leg warmers. So this trail is nuts. Got a lot of vert going on and just downfall like you would not believe in here. How are these down trees treating you?
Oh, I wish I could do this every day, man. It's like an obstacle course.
That's right, and stuff falls out of the backpack pockets, doesn't it?
That's why I'm stopped.
Yep.
Yep. Oh my God.
Yeah, this is not like a... You have to love it. Some rough stuff to get through here, boys. Woo! Found a meadow. Nice out here, huh?
It's way better out here than what we just went through.
Beautiful. That was pretty gnarly, wasn't it, Birdie?
Pretty burly.
Yeah, so we're making our way up this thing. We got a lot of deadfall. Super gnarly over here. But this is a beautiful area. I love it. I mean, look at what I'm looking at this direction. It's a big valley. You know, it goes way down there. Mountains. And we're headed up this trail this direction. We finally found the trail again. Trail's pretty spotty, kind of. It's mostly, I would say it's kind of 50-50 whether the trail's there or not.
You know, that's where the vert starts, right? So we're just basically splitting the difference between here and there.
Yeah, and I think we're essentially talking kind of the upper end of the meadow. I don't think we're talking all that far.
And there's not a lot of vert, so I think that this is going to be pretty quick to get to that second place. Yeah.
Sounds like plan.
Good? All right, that's it.
Good morning. So it's really early in the morning, and this was my camp spot right here. This is the tent right behind me. But look at this little stream that's just right here. I could camp right here.
Calling in the skunk cabbage. And Birdie got his new tent that he tested out for the first time last night. This is BC, what is this?
Big Agnes Tiger Wall 2.
Big Agnes. That's right. Double door. Nice tent. How did it work out for you last night? Did you like it?
Good. I stayed dry on the inside of my tent for the first time in a while.
That's right. Birdie got this to avoid some of that condensation. Sounds like it worked because it was pretty wet last night out here, really.
Okay, we've packed up our camp and now we're headed out. We're gonna go right on up to Green Lake, try to do lunch, and then from there head up to Blue Lake. Now this morning we probably got only about like 10 miles or something. We'll see. We made decent distance last night. We're all ready to go. We have now made it up to Green Lake, and this lake is really pretty. This is what I'm looking at. That's where you have to stop though. There's a stopping point right there that you have to like ease into. Ooh, yeah, birdie! Woo, cool. Damn, buddy. Gnarls. Ice water, that's coming right off that snow from the mountains there.
So it was so wet last night because it's been raining up here in the mountains a lot lately. So here at our lunch break, it's good practice. If your tent is wet, is just pull that out at lunch. And you just, you know, there's mine. I put it, it's just to dry them out. Colin's got his stuff all spread out there. And then, of course, Birdie's stuff there.
I feel what comes after. Hold on for better days. Let a past begin to shatter.
Made it! This is Blue Lake. Excellent, beautiful looking lake. Another sign on the ground instead of on the post. Made it, Birdie.
We did.
Colin.
I do love this place.
Wow. That's gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm just sort of setting up my tent for the night, and I want to show you the view of where my tent is set up. This is my tent right here. It's all my stuff out there. Tent, but look at my view right out my back door. Doesn't get better. Yeah, I got it to work. Ready to eat. That's what we're gonna be doing. And there's Birdie bundled up. Look at the bugs.
The bugs.
The bugs, the bugs. Making camp. Okay, so we're up here at our campsite. It's so beautiful up here. But in this area at Blue Lake, one of the last grizzly bears was killed. And do you know that story there, Rob?
I've read a book about grizzly bears in this area, and specifically it talked a lot about that last grizzly that was killed. I believe it was in 1979. It was not more than a mile or so from here. I believe it was over on the far side of the Continental Divide in kind of a narrowish chute. And a guy named Ed Wiseman was guiding an elk hunter. It was the last day of bow season, and he was trying to get this guy into a place where he thought that he could get him an elk. It was later in the day, so, sun was starting to go down a little bit, I think. And he had set the guy down this draw, and he had kind of worked to the other side of the draw and was coming down, and in a little notch of trees found a grizzly bear that was apparently asleep. And he backed out slowly and got a little bit away from those trees. But I think that bear smelled him when he got that close, and it woke up and it charged him immediately. And like his leg, even, years after, was just not right. It was, just completely torn apart. I think he was in the hospital for, months, if I'm not mistaken.
So how was he able to get out of that situation?
He was actually charged with the killing of an endangered species. And he claimed that it was self-defense, and the government did not believe his story. What happened when he was attacked, the bear mauled him and, is literally crushing him, chomping on him. I think he was, had lacerations and things all over his body. Incredible that he survived. but he was able to get an arrow from his quiver and was able, I think it was already broken in the attack from the bear, or the bear slamming him down, but he was able to grab the tip, the arrow with an arrowhead tip and stab the bear, and just happened to get it in exactly the right spot where it was, mortally fatal wound for the bear. The hunter came back, and Ed told him how to get back to the hunting camp that they were up here at. The guy got a little lost, if I'm not mistaken, and got turned around, and so Wiseman was out there overnight after this attack. I think that he did get a little bit of help at some point in the night, but the hunter wasn't sure exactly where he was. He wasn't familiar with the area, and so he spent a full night after that attack, in cold conditions. This is September up here.
Can you believe that story? The guy gets attacked and kills the grizzly bear by hand with an arrow, and then he gets out somehow. Good morning. So today is day, 2 or 3? 3. I think we're on day 3 right now of this lost loop, which we proclaimed it Lost Loop. And it's because last time we had gotten lost on it for a long time. So this time we're having a lot better navigation, and I want to show you exactly what trail we're doing on the map here so that you can understand, so that maybe you don't have the same problem that we had. So basically, this is where we are. We're in the Rio Grande National Forest. So basically, we start here and you go up the South Fork Trail 724. And then we took a left on Cañon Verde Trail 726. And we went all the way up to Green Lake and had lunch. Then we made our way onto the Continental Divide. And we continued the Continental Divide up to Blue Lake, which is where we camped. Right now is where we're camped. Right now, we're going to head off and head down trail number 724 and head over to Glacier Lake Trail, which is number 711, and then all the way around to Roaring Gulch Trail number 720 and back down through to South Fork Trail number 724 and back out to the trailhead right next to the Cañejos River.
And we're off. Woo! Found a pretty cool cabin out here. Let's see what she looks like. Could sleep in there if you needed to, I suppose.
Okay, so we are on our way down now at the end of our voyage. The big takeaway from this trip is navigation. You need to have your navigation on point. The last time Birdie and I did this trip, we ended up being lost, extremely lost. It was sketchy and it got, you know, pretty close to being on the edge of danger. So basically on this trip, what we did is we made sure our navigation was completely in check. This is what we used. First and foremost, we brought our topographical map of the South San Juan del Norte. What I was using was this. It's a Garmin i66 navigation system. It pairs with your cell phone and you can also communicate out. It's got maps and everything else on it. It is a fantastic device. The battery works great. One of the most prevalent and most used items is the Garmin Mini. Now, a lot of backpackers use this one because it's very small and it can still hook up to the phone. You can do communication and it's really good with navigation and maps, but you're using your phone screen to do it. This is the one that Colin the Sparrow was using. Birdie had this right here. This is a Garmin Oregon 650 and it is not a communication device. The maps are held directly on the device itself, so you can see everything. He uses this bivy stick here as his communication and call-out device. So, as you can see, we had everything squared away as far as navigation, and if we ever got lost and got into an emergency situation, we did have it to where we had our SOS buttons that we could push at any time. Now, this hike was about 31 miles.
32. Yeah.
32 miles, and a lot of it was hard navigation. What was the hardest navigation?
Probably getting through the deadfall after the split onto Verde Canyon. There's, you know, you can kind of find your way in open areas if you get a little off trail in grassy spots. But yeah, when you get into deadfall and get off, it's really hard to find a trail again if you don't know if you're above it, below it, left, right.
And it wasn't just deadfall, it was overgrowth and everything else that just made it so much worse.
That's right. So Cañon Verde was really difficult navigation, and then the Continental Divide was okay, and then whenever you do the turn onto Roaring Gulch, tricky turn, and it was hard navigation there as well. So word of advice, go and enjoy yourself, but make sure you're totally prepared with your navigation for this loop. So that was it. Redemption has been had. We did the loop and we didn't get lost this time. So happy about it. It was an excellent loop. Very difficult, super challenging up some of that stuff. The Continental Divide, it was as beautiful as ever. And the elk populations are fantastic up in this area. But I'm just happy that we were able to redeem ourselves, come back up and get this loop done. 32 miles, boom, boom, boom. Hopefully y'all go out and do the same thing. Maybe this video will help you navigate a little bit. Woo! Spread out a little.
Oh my God.
Okay, good. Can you see that, you guys?
Can you see us?
Okay, ready? Okay, this is the closer. Booyah!